how were your first few weeks of working with me and being in the Alpha Lead Academy?
They were great. It's actually funny, given my line of work, that the same thing that I do for other people, I had a really hard time doing for myself.
It's always
You're too close, right? So close that I was kind of myopic. So talking with you, within that first week, those first couple of calls that you and I had, I achieved so much clarity on exactly what my own unique selling proposition is and on exactly who my customers are. I was thinking much broader to where it's almost overwhelming when you think too broad. And so you really helped me narrow down and target within that first week, really, who do I really need to be talking to and what do I really need to be telling them? So that by itself, just that clarity of purpose and that focus was really fantastic.
Thank you.
You really helped me to clarify, again, by clarifying that position in my head of what it was I had to offer. I don't feel like I'm selling anything. This isn't selling. This is looking for people to help and offering help. It's hard to push a sale. It's easy to offer help. And that's all just a mindset change. So, and then I had confided in you too, that when I was in sales, I was great at building rapport. I'll sit and have a conversation with somebody all day. Again, I'm curious. I ask a lot of questions. I love hearing people's stories. But when it came to actually getting down to business and closing that sale, that's always been the hard part for me.
Okay. Is it closing, or is it also the transitioning from mere rapport building into just discussing business? Which one is it? Both?
I think it's really both. But yeah, that transition can be difficult because you don't want to feel inauthentic. You don't want to make the other person feel like, oh, I see, this was all just to lull me into some false sense of security, and now you're going to try and sell me something, because it's not what it is. So I wanted to feel genuine and feel authentic and steer the conversation without making it feel like, okay, let's flip the switch and now we're not chatting anymore, now we're selling. So through your training, I was able to see some examples of how just to ask the right questions at the right time to kind of steer that conversation without feeling like I was flipping a switch and just turning off rapport and turning on sales call.
You joined within a week, you got yourself the first few calls, and I think it was the following week you just closed. So that's probably, it is the fastest start from zero who anybody in the Alpha Lead Academy has had. So congratulations. Amazing stuff.
Thanks.
All right. So what would you say in the program had the biggest impact on you? You mentioned the sales call that we did, the practice call. Anything else that stands out that you have?
I think there's two things really. One is the very practical and step-by-step way that you lead through how to have these conversations. It's one thing to tell people, no, have a natural conversation. And it's another thing to, as you do, actually go step by step and provide sample scripts for this is what I mean by this, and this is how this could go and how the flow could go. That does a lot for confidence and comfort level. And then your analysis of my profile, my LinkedIn profile, and helping me to sharpen that. Because since we've started this and I've upped my activity level on LinkedIn, unexpectedly for me, I'm also getting way more inbound connection requests, people who are reaching out to me and asking to connect. Actually, one of the three calls I've scheduled for this week was actually an inbound where I actually had reached out to connect with him. We hadn't messaged yet. His first message to me was, hey, I looked at your profile and I think I could use your help. Would you mind scheduling some time for a call?
Amazing. And finally, what would you say to someone who is considering investing, but is a little bit on the hesitating side, doesn't know if they should come in?
I will say that even before I got this client, after that first week, and I'll say as a solopreneur, I'm really tight-fisted with my money and hesitant to spend on things. Even before I got with the first client, just in that first week, when you helped me clarify the USP, clarify my audience, revise my profile, I literally had the thought, well, this has already been worth every penny. And I hadn't even gotten a client from that, but I just had so much clarity in the direction I needed to go and what path would take me to my goal, that alone I felt was worth the investment. So you very generously offered to do a practice call with me. And that was great. It's really, you gave me some great pointers. And even aside from that, just running through it got kind of a lot of the jitters out. And I could identify in myself things that were not going to work, even beyond the pointers that you gave me, things that, okay, I had that in my notes, but that didn't feel right. That didn't feel natural. I need to skip that or adjust that. So then when it came time for me to actually do the call, a couple hours after our practice call, I was a lot calmer, I was more comfortable, and I was able to approach it the way I wanted, which was, again, as a conversation with somebody I'm trying to help, and not as a sales call.
Awesome. Were any major obstacles during the call, or was it all smooth sailing?
I didn't experience any major obstacles. There was, when we got to the price point, there was some hesitation on his part. And I talk a lot and the close is hard for me. So I really had to grit my teeth and not say anything. And, I know that from a history in sales, that you make the pitch and then you shut up and let them work through whatever it is they need to work through. So that was a little bit of a struggle for me, but I managed to do it. And, we worked.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Dana. What should people who want to possibly work with you, where should they go and how should they contact you?
Great. I love working with solopreneurs and small businesses where you need marketing and you don't know how to do it. I would love to be that voice of guidance for you. I kind of picture myself as the Mr. Miyagi to your Daniel-san, right? I want to guide you in the right direction.
Amazing.
And you can reach me on LinkedIn. I'm on there under my real name, Dana Herra, or visit my website at danaherra.com.
Awesome. And you're going to make them paint the fence and do the right
stuff?
Yeah,
absolutely. Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Awesome. Great. Thanks so much, Dana.
All right. Thanks, Michael.